Hello, all you beautiful people and lovers of food. I am Vivian, and I am your Easy Chef. So tonight I want to show you how to make the ultimate family cheeseburger. I know everyone knows how to make their average run-of-the-mill cheeseburger. You know, bun, lettuce, tomato, cheese, with a patty in between. But here's a way to make it so much better, and it's not even that much harder. It is the ultimate family cheeseburger, and yeah, it has bacon. So what you'll need is you'll need about 150 grams per patty. So 600 grams should be good for a family of 4. Then you'll need some spices, some garlic, and an egg to bind it all together. For the onions, we're going to do a little bit of a buttermilk onion fry up, where we need some spices, some buttermilk, some flour, some salt, and some onion. I'm going to add my mince to the bowl. And then everything else I'm going to add as well. So I'm going to start with about half a cup of breadcrumbs and about 2 teaspoons of garlic. I've also got some paprika, some sweet basil, some mustard, cumin, black pepper, and you mustn't forget salt. Once you've added your egg, the fun really begins, because you really want to mix it all nicely together so that you're not sitting with a piece of unflavorful mince meat. And once it's all nicely mixed, we're going to shape it and we're going to put it in the fridge so we can fry it up just before we make our burgers. So once your mince is nicely mixed, you want to try and get sort of even-sized patties, and I like to go for about 150 grams. Now let me just quickly wash my hands. What I like to do when I shape my patties is I like to have a plate with just a little bit of plastic wrap over it, because once you've shaped them, you want it to be easy to lift them up when you put them in your pan. So I'll just quickly do that now. Then when you're shaping your patties, what I like to do is I like to hold my hand in a bit of a C shape and then push the mince up against it so that it starts getting a circle shape, but it's not too loose. And because we've put our egg in, it should, when we fry it, all stay together and not fall apart. So I've just shaped my patties, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover them with a little bit of cling wrap. I'm going to put them in the fridge, and then when I'm ready to cook them, we'll shove them on the griddle. What's also nice, if you are short on time, you can make these the day before and leave them in the fridge nicely covered, and they should be good for the next day. So we're going to move on to our onions. What we're going to do is we're going to have a nice crispy fried onion, and how we're going to do that is we're going to take an onion, put it in some buttermilk, and then put it in a nice floury, spicy mixture, and then we're going to deep fry it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by cleaning my onion. And I'm not that upset, it's the onion. We'll get through this. But you actually want the nice long strands. So once your onion is cut, you can get a bowl and just get them all like loose. So loosen them up so it's not a solid chunk of onion, but it's more little bits and pieces, because that's what you want. You want them to be all crispy and bitty and delicious. So we're going to put buttermilk onto our onions. And this is going to make them wet so that when you put them in our flour mixture, it's going to attach to the flour. And what's nice is buttermilk has a lot of little bumps and lumps in it, and that also helps add those little flaky bits on when we fry it just now. So while our onions are in our buttermilk, we're going to make our flour mixture quickly. It's very quick and easy as well. So you're just going to take some flour, about 1 cup. You're going to spread it out in a shallow dish. And then we're going to add some spices and salt so that this has a nice flavor to it when you fry it in our oil. I've got some garlic, some paprika, some black pepper, and some mustard powder. And then we're just going to stir this all around. Don't forget to add salt. We're going to heat up our oil and we're going to start frying our onions. So we've got our oil nice and warm. I've also put out a little bit of paper towels just to catch that excess oil when we're done with our onions. And then a nice thing I like to do is just sprinkle a little bit of salt over it because that helps draw some of that oil and make the crumbs stay a bit crispy. I always sacrifice one hand to be the messy hand and one hand to be the clean hand, but you'll see it does help when you, have a one dry and a one wet hand. These look fabulous. They're crunchy, they're a bit hot, so I won't taste one now, but I will sprinkle a little bit of salt on them so that they stay as crunchy as possible for when we build our ultimate cheeseburger. The next batch is ready to go in. So what I've done is I've just put my onions to the side and they are so crispy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a very quick, very tasty chili garlic mayonnaise. And the way you do this is we turn our stove on, take about a teaspoon of butter, let that melt with our garlic. Once your garlic starts getting a little bit golden brown, you're going to add your chili flakes. This is just to warm the spice up, and then what it does is it starts releasing the oils, and that's going to allow us to get our nice little chili. If it's too hot for you, add half the chili. Okay, now I'm going to take this out and let it cool so I can add it to my mayonnaise. But you can smell the fragrance from the chili and the garlic, and it smells wonderful. So our chili and our garlic is now cool. We're just going to add it to our mayonnaise. And then we're not going to forget to add our salt. This is to taste. If you need a bit more salt, you're welcome to add. And the same goes for the pepper. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our burger buns going. We're going to just cut them, put some butter on, and put them on our griddle so they get the nice crispy, buttery, toasty vibe going. I like to use real butter when I fry my buns. It just adds a much nicer flavor. We're going to take our buns now that we've buttered them. We're just going to put them in our griddle so that they can start getting all nice and toasty. We'll just do them two at a time because two fit in here. But if you have to do it one at a time, that's also fine. And once we're done with this, we can get our patties and our bacon and fry it up and build our burger and eat. Oh, I can't wait. I'd like to take a moment to thank Westpac Lifestyle for sponsoring this video. They really have made this my dream kitchen. I'm sure you can see how much fun I'm having with all the stuff they've provided me. So I think you should go grab some stuff so you can have fun too. Okay, our buns are done. You can see they've got this lovely color to them and they're all crispy and crunchy. So we've got some really nice bacon fried up. The reason why I always do my bacon first is I love to cook in the bacon grease. That is just another way to add a bit of flavor to your burger patty because, come on guys, it's bacon. Bacon is amazing. So when you're cooking your burgers, I like mine to be just a little bit pink on the inside just because it still has some of that juicy moisture from the beef mince. So I like to flip my patties twice, especially when I'm on a griddle, because I like to try and make a little checkered pattern on each side of my patty. But these are smelling amazing. My mouth is watering, just, oh, it's too good. So we flipped our patties. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add cheese onto the top and stick this under the grill for a few seconds so that the cheese can get beautiful and all melty and gooey and all the goodness. Yes. Okay, so our burgers are ready to come out of the oven. And I'm going to start building my burgers before I build them out, because then they can go straight onto our buns. And I'm going to start by putting some lettuce. I've just washed it. You can see it's still wet. So I do give it a little shake normally to get the excess water off. So I take my lettuce leaf and I tear it down the middle, and then I make it round like my bun. So I'm going to put a lacquer dollop of this chili garlic mayo onto our lettuce. This is really going to add that little bit of a zing. And now you can grab the Shrek hand and get our patties out of the oven. Oh, and look how melted that cheese is. My goodness, that's amazing. Ooh-wee. That is good. And those few minutes in the oven will also just help that heat from the pan sink into the meat. So if you like your meat a little bit more red, don't leave it under the oven for so long. Okay, we have our bacon that we were just keeping warm in the oven. We're putting that on top of our burgers. Now, I've got an odd piece of bacon. That's mine. No one needs to know about it. And for the piece de resistance, we've got our crispy onions that we fried up earlier. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Voila! Ooh. Okay, so here we have our family style burgers, and all that's left to do is eat them. And now we dig in. I don't even know where to. Crispy onions, the fresh lettuce, and a little bit of a zing from the mayo. Oh, and the bacon. And there's so much flavor in this patty. Oh. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this cheeseburger at least a little bit as much as I enjoyed eating it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, maybe leave a comment below. You know, let me know what you think. I can't wait to hear from you. So please, don't be afraid to ring the bell. This is my take on the ultimate family style cheeseburger. I hope you enjoyed watching. Stay delicious, you beautiful people. I hope you have a great evening. Bye.